Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you an analysis of Season 6 of Skibidi Toilets. Also, we will talk about Titan Cameraman and all his changes and improvements. I'll show you all the secrets and Easter eggs of episodes 18 through 20. We'll talk about how G-Man is related to the TV men and why it took so long for Titan Cameraman to recover. Get your tea and snacks ready, watch the video to the end. You will definitely enjoy it. Let's go! In episode 18, we see the same location we saw in episode 9. Remember that monument with the toilet? Now it's destroyed, and there are Skibidi and Alliance fighting around it. You might also notice this building here. That's the one that was in front of us in episode 9, so it's the same place. Remember, the POV cameraman was attacked by the Skibidi police at the end. Right here we see the destroyed agent in exactly the same place. I think this is the POV from episode 9. Here we see the very same poster of the first Skibidi toilet that he painted over. There were a lot of cops at this location in episode 9, but now the agents are fighting them. Well, or just running away. They're running away from this big Skibidi police guy we saw at the end of episode 9. Remember how the POV cameraman destroyed 2 peaceful Skibidi near this monument? So now there's only one destroyed toilet lying here. There is another one in the distance. Perhaps it was thrown there during the battle. We can see that the big cameraman can easily handle a crowd of cops. Damn, why is his neck stretching so much? It's crazy! But then this camouflage Skibidi shows up. Notice the shards flying off the cameraman during the collision. It looks like his camera's been smashed to pieces. This Skibidi toilet is a character from Counter-Strike, by the way. Dafuq also did some short videos with him. I think he was added here just for fun as a meme character because he was immediately destroyed by Cameraman Titan. In episode 32, we see another toilet Skibidi in a military uniform. We can assume that the toilets have some sort of army or squads of soldiers. But we don't see anything like that in the new episodes. As far as I can remember, there were only 2 toilets in camouflage in the show. Skibidi Titan first appeared in episode 18 specifically, and it was a worthy opponent for the big Skibidi toilets. I mean G-Man or Triple Toilet. This big toilet with the face of the 9th was epically kicked by Titan's foot. He exploded, by the way. I don't understand why toilets explode instead of just shattering. And there's a newer version of the Skibidi spider in this episode. The old spiders had guns on the front, and this one has guns on the bottom. The entire 6th season of Skibidi Toilet is dedicated to Titan Cameraman, so I'll tell you a lot of interesting information about him later. For now, we move on to episode 19. First of all, it's really weird that the agents here eat and drink through the lower cameras. That's the guy we saw in episode 62. He was drinking his soda or something. By the way, did you notice that Titan Cameraman always had this shield behind his back? I only noticed that detail when I was analyzing this episode for you. Check out this scene where Titan crushes Skibidi with his foot. We saw a reference to this in episode 57. Here, the infected Speakerman Titan crushes a similarly large Speakerman. We can say that the Skibidi toilets avenged their soldier after so many episodes. Triple Toilet was one of the biggest and strongest Skibidi in these episodes. After all, the Alliance had no one else besides the cameramen. A few small agents couldn't do anything to this giant. They also had hope for a laser attack from the air, but it was unsuccessful. Now the Alliance has its first Titan cameraman, and he easily destroys the huge triple Skibidi. Did you notice that there was a little man right there who got hit by the triple toilet? When Titan cameraman punches one of the Skibidi with a hook, his head flies off to the side. Here we see another agent with popcorn. Actually, these Skibidi acted really dumb. They could have attacked Titan together, and then it would have been harder to take them out. Instead, they attacked one by one, and he took them down one by one. This last guy with the horns was waiting for something and then decided to wake up and help his brothers. Take a good look at this bald Skibidi right here. I think that's the face we saw on that newspaper. And we've been seeing it a lot in new episodes. Maybe Dafuq is hinting at the return of this Skibidi? What if he comes back as a cyborg or can somehow be restored after being flushed? That would be crazy. Okay, time to move on to episode 20. Titan once again destroys the Skibidi spiders and once again does it with his hands. Notice that after their toilets are destroyed, the cannon's just hanging. At the location where everything happens, there's a destroyed airplane wing and the wreckage of the toilets and something else. And now a very important moment. Look how G-Man toilet appeared. It's like he came out of a cloud of smoke. This is only 20 episodes in, and the TV men appeared in episode 39 if you don't include the secret appearances. Why did G-Man stop using that teleportation method in the future? I think this is another signal that the TV men are connected to Skibidi Toilets in some way. Maybe the Skibidi can teleport the same way, but don't show it often so as not to arouse suspicion from the Alliance about the TV men. As we see, Titan had a shield the whole time, it was just hanging behind his back. When G-Man attacks him with lasers, Cameraman pulls out his shield and goes on the attack. But that's when reactive Skibidi comes to G-Man's rescue. He crashes at full speed into the shield and destroys it. Yes, he is also destroyed in the process. We see shards of the shield and possibly of reactive Skibidi. Titan's arm was even injured. His hand was completely broken. G-Man knew where to attack Titan and aimed his lasers directly at the core. Maybe the core is some kind of Titan's battery or energy source. It's really stupid that it's located right on his chest and not protected at all. But in future episodes, Titan is given a great defense for the core, and we'll talk about that next. Titan flies away with the jetpack, while G-Man continues to attack his core with lasers. Now that Titan needs repairs, the Skibidi can attack the Alliance and destroy everybody else. At the end of the episode, G-Man just destroys the POV cameraman. Now let's talk about how the Titan Cameraman was improved. I think the scientists made him in the first version for only one purpose. He was supposed to resist the big Skibidi toilets, but as we can see, he had enough weaknesses, and G-Man was able to find them. Let's talk about what improvements the new Titan has, and for what purpose. First of all, Titan Cameraman looked different. He now has a long cape, his main camera became black, and there are defense plates around it, and an iron fin on top. The black shoulder cameras and side cameras are still the same. The new Titan now has protection on the legs. What about the protection? Previously, the core was just open and unprotected. Now it has retractable armor. Generally, it was possible to just hide the core away in a safe place. But then he wouldn't be able to attack opponents with it. In episode 19, he only slightly fried Skibidi's face with his core. But after the improvement, the flames became a lot more intense. After he burned one of the toilets, all that was left of him was his skull. Note his old jetpack. It's very small and weak, I think. It looks almost the same as a regular Skibidi Toilet's one. The improved Titan has a more powerful jetpack. In the last episode, his flame even turned blue. Maybe the scientists made it run on the same energy as Titan's core. In addition, he's got folding wings so he can fly like an airplane. I don't think that's necessary though, because Titan's Speakerman doesn't have wings like that. But he flies just the same. Titan's shield was only made in episode 64. Before that, he had to use a piece of roof for protection. But he has a lot of weapons for offense. The new Titan has a hammer, reinforced with a turbine. He also has cannons behind his back, which can extend forward if the Titan is standing. They're not really powerful, but they're good enough for small enemies. He also had retractable cannon on his arm, but in episode 55 it was destroyed by the acid of Skibidi's skull. Now scientists have finally made new cannon for Titan. While we haven't seen how it shoots, I hope it's much more powerful than the old version. Notice that Titan had no weapons at the first time. The fact that he was so huge was already very cool for the early episodes. They also gave him retractable arm technology. In episode 50, we saw him use a magnet instead of an arm. But also in episode 23, Titan was firing his finger at Skibidi Toilets. I think it's the same technology. His arms can extend as far as they need to go, and there is energy under it. He can either shoot it out or conversely create a magnetic field. Hopefully Titan TV Man's improvements will be even more epic than this. I think he'll appear very soon. By the way, subscribe to my Instagram to know when I release a new video and be the first to see the secrets from it. Also, I invite you to my Discord server. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the new video. That was me, ISO Toilet. See ya!